Hey y'all, it is Social Saturdays, and I know it's kind of late, but like today, I just really wanted to focus on catching up on work, and I'm still not caught up, but I'm determined to finish a lot of projects this week so I can take a break, get ready for the holidays, and really enjoy myself. But I do want to go ahead and answer these questions, and there's only a few. So last week I did open-ended questions. This week, because of something that I had to do business-wise, I decided to talk more about business relationships, but like really the beneficial ones, because every business relationship is not beneficial, and I mean beneficial to both parties. In a relationship that you can really take away from, because sometimes it might be something simple, but I mean like the real ones where it's like you can usually use those life lessons throughout the whole time. I'm trying to get my words together, but I'm talking about the real business relationships, like mentoring type relationships, the type where you really can take it, apply it to another business, do something else with it. Then on top of that, it's someone you stay in cahoots with, whether it be to formulate friendships, whatever the case may be. So beneficial business relationships. That's the topic. I probably did too much talking. So I'm going to sort through this spam, because y'all know I said it on one of my posts, but like the amount of spam in the questions box is ridiculous, from just emojis and just random ass stuff. Anyway, what is the foundation of a business relationship? That's a good question. In this case, I would just say, and I've said this before, it's about being genuine to me, really, because I feel that a lot of times we meet people that we know is at a place that we want to get to, or we know that we want to connect with more, but a lot of times people lose sight of who they are, and they're just like, oh my God, I've just always wanted to work with you, da 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 da. Not saying anything is wrong with that. However, typically when you form a relationship genuinely, just like a friendship, if you really think about the people that are your friends, that have been your friends for years, it's something that you guys probably connected on, that started at one good conversation. Next thing you know, y'all talking all the time, every day. It's the same thing with business. It's about being yourself, because if you have some type of facade going, you can't keep it up but so long, because it's going to get to that point where it's something that you don't know about, or something you can't handle, or something that you're not prepared for. So to me, the foundation of a business relationship would be being genuine, being your actual self. Even if you're talking about business, like talk about it as you would. If you're the expert in that sense, be that. Nobody can take that from you, even if there are other experts. So just speak on things and connect the way that you know how. How do you utilize your business relationships in a mentoring way? That's a good question. For me, once I've actually built a relationship and the relationship already has some type of foundation, if the person's at a level that I'm aspiring to get to in my career, I just ask them, and sometimes they might give you the professional answer, like, book a consult, whatever the case may be. Sometimes you still have to do that. Do not think that just because you know a person, like, oh, I can just ask them this question. However, usually if your relationship is strong enough, they'll help you. And that's why beneficial business relationships are so important, because I have a few friends where I can ask them something, they can ask me something, and we just feed off each other. There's no like, oh, like, let me invoice you type thing. It's just literally being able to build. And we know we both have something to offer, because another thing about business relationships is the best ones are the ones where literally like it's a person that kind of like maybe lacks where you're strong, or vice versa. Or if you're both strong in a certain area, but in different ways. If it's an area where both of y'all are weak, it can still work too, but it's going to be more work for you both to put in for like the research and the reaching out and whatever the case may be, unless you have different points of contact. So I think utilizing business relationships in a mentoring way, it still comes from that foundation, which you're connecting with people who are at a higher level, based on what you think. And then just be able to be like, hey, I just always wanted to know such and like that. Usually business relationships like that, for me, they come out of more on the corporate side, because it's a larger scale. So I really nurture those relationships, because they already have like that extra level of input that I don't fully understand. And the last question, from what I can tell, like I said, y'all, if I skip a question, please don't get mad at me, because it's literally like a bunch of spam. Dealing with collaboration where it is just a ploy to get insight or connections. I want to answer this. I'm trying to think of how to answer this because I'm trying to figure out what's the question form. Dealing with collaboration where it's just a ploy to get insider connections. Okay. Honestly, I think it's all about how you ask. Usually you can tell, though, if somebody's just trying to get insight or connections, and you have to be able to tell. It's all about how they approach you, in my personal opinion. You can tell if a relationship is not beneficial. Just like, if a relationship or you're talking to a guy, girl, whatever, when that's not conducive to you no more. When those people are no longer good for you. When it's not conducive to your energy. So I have a couple clients that come to me with this, and they'll be like, what do I say to a person where they're just looking to quote unquote collaborate? You can even say, like, I'm not necessarily looking for that right now, but if you can give me further details, if they're able to give you further details and it sounds legit and you want to talk more about it, that's fine. Completely up to you, but they have to be able to do that. Usually you can tell if somebody's just kind of trying to collaborate and get answers because they don't really know how to back it up. They'll be like if they say, okay, what was your idea to collaborate? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just thought we could kind of. No, like, you have to be able to back that up. Like, you're saying, hey, well, I see that you're great at this. I think it'll be good if I'm able to do da 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 da. You have to look for that when it comes to it being a ploy. So I know what you're saying. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope I hit it because I didn't really understand the question. But you just really have to be able to pick and choose. And you can tell the genuine energy. Just like if you're a leader in your industry, you can tell people who are being real with you, just like the people that you want to be real with, that you want to connect with. So I know this was a really short topic. The year is winding down, so I'm not trying to bog y'all down with all this information. I'm saving all the good stuff. But my course is coming up. My first one, or not my first one, but my annual one is coming up. Revamp the Gram is next Friday. So stay tuned for that link. I'm only going to take a couple of people, and we're going to talk about, I literally break down Instagram based on all the things that have changed recently, all the new things that have changed since last year, engagement, and I'm going to be an open book to any questions that you have about Instagram. Usually, last year we did about 2 hours. It's as long as it needs to go for me to answer all of your questions, okay? So be on the lookout for the link. Revamp the Gram is happening this coming Friday. I think that's the 20th, December 20th. It's happening. It was actually December 20th last year, now I think about it. So thank you guys so much for staying tuned, for supporting me. I know I always say that, but with the year winding down, I really want y'all to know that you're appreciated. I know all my videos not long. All of them might not seem like a lot, but if you listen, I'm giving you all I got with the answers based on what you asked me. So the more detailed you are, I will always gladly answer that. Thank you guys again, and I will see y'all next Saturday. Have a good weekend. Bye.